I was 4 states away, staring at a hotel ceiling that smelled like recycled air and bad decisions, when my phone vibrated. One sentence. No emojis. No punctuation drama. Your backyard camera. Check it immediately. I opened the feed. I didn't scream. That came later. Quiet, internal, permanent. My son was in the frame, not crying yet, too scared for that. Dirt on his cheeks, his breath coming fast, shallow. My father-in-law stood behind him, calm as a man watering plants. My wife was off to the side, phone in hand. She was smiling. "Let's see how long before he breaks," my father-in-law said, like it was a science experiment. My wife tapped her screen. "I'm setting a timer, 30 minutes. Laughter drifted in from the patio. 9 family members, drinks clinking, money changing hands. I didn't watch the rest. I didn't need to. I made 2 calls. The first was to 911. My voice didn't shake. I gave the address, the names, the live camera access. I stayed on the line until the dispatcher stopped asking questions. The second call was to someone who knows how to bury things too. Not people. Truth. I married into that family thinking cruelty was just their sense of humor. Loud jokes, sharp edges. "We don't do sensitive," they'd say, like it was a virtue. My wife learned early that affection was a currency and fear was leverage. I thought love could overwrite that programming. I was wrong. There were signs, always are. The way she flinched when her father entered a room. The way she smiled when someone else was uncomfortable. The way she called it discipline when our son cried too long. I told myself it was stress, tradition, background noise. That's what denial sounds like when it's wearing a wedding ring. The police arrived in 11 minutes. The camera caught the moment my wife realized the timer didn't matter anymore. Her smile collapsed first, then her posture. My father-in-law tried to explain. He always did. Authority without accountability is a hard habit to break. My son was lifted out of the frame by strangers with gentle hands. I exhaled for the first time in an hour. But relief isn't the same as resolution. The planning started before the call ended. I didn't rage. I didn't threaten. I didn't rush home like a hero in a bad movie. I stayed exactly where I was and became methodical. I knew their weaknesses. I'd watched them weaponize paperwork, favors, silence. I'd signed things they slid across tables with smiles that never reached their eyes. So I started undoing myself from them. I pulled bank statements, cross-referenced timestamps, downloaded cloud backups they forgot I had access to. I flagged messages, recorded calls. I let them talk. People like that always do. I called a lawyer who doesn't believe in miracles, only leverage. I called a forensic accountant who gets excited about patterns. I called Child Protective Services myself and gave them everything, unedited. I didn't need revenge yet. I needed inevitability. 51 minutes after my neighbor's text, the house was loud in a different way. Sirens, orders, the sound of power evaporating. The camera feed went dark. I drove back the next morning. My wife didn't look at me when they placed the cuffs on her father. She looked at me when they took our son to the hospital, like I'd broken a rule she thought was unspoken. "You went too far," she whispered. I didn't answer. The real confrontation came later, always does. Family court is quieter than people expect. No shouting, just facts laid out like instruments, video stills, audio clips, timelines, bets itemized like expenses. My wife's attorney tried to call it a misunderstanding, cultural context, poor judgment. The judge didn't blink. Emergency custody, supervised visits denied. Protective orders issued like punctuation marks at the end of a sentence that had gone on too long. Then came the civil suits, the financial unspooling, trusts frozen, properties seized. The family that once laughed over drinks now sat in silence, calculating losses instead of odds. My father-in-law tried to speak at sentencing. He talked about respect, about how children need to learn fear early. The courtroom stayed still. He was escorted out mid-sentence. People ask if I feel better. That's the wrong question. I feel clear. My son sleeps through the night now. He doesn't flinch when the door opens. He laughs without checking faces first. We're rebuilding in small, stubborn ways. Routine, honesty, light. As for my wife, she sent a letter, pages of explanation, blame dressed up as remorse. I didn't read past the first paragraph. Some betrayals don't deserve your attention, only your absence. I think about that timer sometimes. 30 minutes. They thought time was on their side. They were wrong. Time is loyal to the patient, to the quiet, to the ones who don't need to announce what they're about to do. I didn't bury anyone. I let the truth do it for me, and it knows how to stay down.